Hey guys, welcome to Doki Literature Club. This is going to be like a series on the channel. Not sure how many parts it's going to be. If we end up enjoying it, I saw there's like a bunch of mods for this game, so we could play around with mods and stuff like that. Alright, let's jump into it. Enter your name. Goose. Hey! I see an annoying girl running towards me from a distance, waving her arms in the air. She's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl, Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. She's out of breath. I overslept again, but I caught you just in time. Caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say like you were thinking about ignoring me? That's mean, Goose. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. Hee. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Goose, have you decided to join a club yet? A club? I told you already, I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. Yeah, that's not true. You told me you were going to join a club this year. Did I? I'm not sure it's possible that I did, but in one of my many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Only just AFK speaking, I fuck with that, I do the same thing. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content of just getting by the average while spending my free time on games and anime. I was talking to you about how worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if that makes you happy. No promises though. Will you at least promise you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Why do I let myself keep getting lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much makes me want to ease her mind a little bit. Even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. I wonder if I'm gonna get like choices so I can actually like fucking pick what I want to say. The school day is as ordinary as ever and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. My character sounds like you just don't give a fuck about life. I respect it. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but start the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into class while I was spacing out. I look around and realize I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out the classroom, but I saw you just sitting there and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. Alright, I like the shade. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, know what? Well, you could come to my club. Yay! There's no one going to your club. Meaning? Sarah's vice president of the literature club. Not that I was aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one proposed the club, she inherited the title vice president. Yeah, I'd join a club if I could just get that title. Go on an ego power trip. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member, and Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. You low-key, if this cupcakes, my fat ass is definitely gonna go over there and tear that shit up. Can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or she's so cunning as to plan this out. A letter of the long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yeah, my man. Just let's go. Hopefully we don't got any other shit cupcakes. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. Almost dancing with the devil. I follow Sayori across the school, and upstairs a section of the school I rarely visit, becoming generally used for the third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glanced around the room. Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure to be meeting you. Girl 1. Fucking hair's long as hell. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously, brought a boy? Fuck's her issue, the fuck? Way to kill the atmosphere. God damn. Ah, Goose, what a nice surprise. How does she know my name? I guess she fucking Sayori talks about me. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki? The girl with the sour attitude whose name is apparently Natsuki. The one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes you think she's probably a first year. She's also one who made the cupcakes according to Sayori. You can't just ignore her when she gets in this mood. Sayori stays quiet into my ear and then turns back to the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, nice to meet the both of you. It sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Goose. I don't know this bitch. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other well. We rarely talked about when we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic, basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Bro, my boy must not get any social interaction. Come sit down, Goose. We made room for you at the table so you can come sit next to me, Monica. I got the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. And how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged from a table. As Sawyer mentioned, it's been widened so that there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Ooh. Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray, reveals a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. I ain't eating that shit. The whiskers are drawn with icing and a little piece of chocolate where I used to make the ears. So cute. I had no idea you were good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sawyer grabs the first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious. Sawyer talks with her mouthful and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around my fingers, looking at the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet, full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything? I thought you technically did, sorry, you said. Well, maybe. But not for you, you know, you dummy. Alright. Man, fuck that bitch. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I personally go with coffee, but tea ain't bad either for reading. Huh, I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. You're just trying to impress you. That's not. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I can at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow and smiles at me. So what made you consider joining the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sawyer. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sawyer seemed really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it is my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member of any major clubs. Weren't you the leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicly and how to prepare for events. Publicity. I'd rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I fulfilled that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. And I'm surprised there aren't more people in this club yet. Must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting all the effort into start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival and that much more important. I'm confident that we can all grow this club together before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah. We'll do our best. You know it. I just realized they all kind of have like the same colored hair. Like that's kind of like red, light red. That's kind of like dark maroon. No, that's light maroon. That's just pink and that's just purple. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they are all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though, I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm and literature. So, Goose, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Yeah, I don't really read. I mean, what's the last book I actually read? That's not manga, because I do read manga. But outside of that, I can't remember the name, but 6 months ago there was a long book I was reading, but fucking lost it, so I don't know where it is. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Then Suki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, I could change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking, but Yuri said smile. And what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally as impressive. Yuri goes on and clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds comfort in the world of books, not people. That's valid. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Is it amazing how well a writer can deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Yeah, I agree. Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately crass as something I can relate to the minimum level. And that's me sometimes at work when we fucking talk about random shit. At this rate, Yuri might have a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you, I guess you could say that. But if a story makes you think, or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Horror is actually one of my favorite movie subjects. That and historical movies. Oh, why is that? Well, Suki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Suki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind the club meeting yesterday. Looks like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. And give that back. Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems. Everything you do is just as cute as you are. Siddles up to Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. I'm not very not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Suki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. Alright, calm down, Shakespeare. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing them the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience, Yuri? Maybe if you go somewhere of your work, you can set an example and help Suki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay. I have an idea, everyone. Suki and Yuri quizzically look at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. The next time, we will share with each other. That way everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus now we have a new member. I think it can help us to get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Goose? Monica smiles over me again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forward that what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said we'd join the club. Story may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare at me with dejected eyes. Yo, fucking this one, Suki looks mad as fuck. Yuri looks like she's just like intrigued, like, oh. Looks fucking frightened, sad. This one fucking just looks distraught. But I'm sorry, I thought, Goose. You all, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make my clear-headed decision once like this? That is it. If writing poems is the price you need to spend, these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I decided then. I'll join the Literature Club. One by one, all their eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy. So wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey. You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. She can't blame me. And that makes it official. Welcome to Literature Club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we all can share. Monica looks over to me once. Goose, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Hee. Yeah. Carefully, can I really impress class star Monica with my mediocre writing? I already feel anxiety welling up inside of me. Meanwhile, these girls continue to chit-chat as Urine clean up their food. Hey Goose, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, sir, and I never walk home together because she's always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay. With that, the two of us depart. Let's save. Because you set up a bunch of slave slots. The two of us depart the classroom and make our way home. The whole way my mind wanders back and forth to the fourth ends. Saori, Nasuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to these girls, to one of these girls, alright? I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts a new writing poem tonight. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club members will like. Something good might help whoever likes your post. Oh, they just moved. Okay. A good poem. Embrace. Embrace Embrace disown. Embrace disown tragedy. Depression. Embrace disown depression. Forgive lust. Forgive suicide. Forgive peaceful eternity. Eternity. Comfort. Marriage. Romance. Intellectual. Desire. Ooh, that was a bar. Okay. Alone. Alone, atone. Doki doki. Atone, alone. Atone, alone. Vivid. Flee. Ambient. Melody. Breathe. Inflammable. Breathe. Vanilla. Flower. Yo, we low-key might have made a few bars in there, I ain't gonna lie. Hi Goose again, or hi again Goose. I see you didn't run away from us. Haha. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I kept my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Goose. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sawyer told me you don't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Let's see, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the classroom. Between saying manga and manga. Manga is literature. See, I actually agree, you know what I'm saying? Swiftly defeated Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry guys, Goose always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sorry, that's because your room is messy. It's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Goose can become good friends too. Sayuri? As usual, Sayuri seems oblivious to the weird situation she put me into. Oh yeah, even Yuri brought me something today, you know. Wait. It me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. So I made it like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? Yeah, I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is pleasant. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Better be food. Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out. That's actually nice of her. Brought me a nice book. So I picked up a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How's this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book for me she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Very thank you, I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Saya and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's faces are buried in a book, and I can't help but notice her intense expression like she's waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Man, it looks like no one wants to be bothered today. I slumped down to Nier's desk. How am I supposed to occupy myself with something literally related by myself like this? I guess I could always read some of the book Yuri gave me, but I'm feeling a little too tired to read. I could probably fall asleep right now. I close my eyes and end up listening to Cyrus' conversation with Monica. We're probably gonna seem really lame compared to all the other clubs though. Well, we can't give up. The festival is our chance to show everyone what literature is all about. The problem is the idea of the literature club sounds too dense and intellectual. But it's not like that at all, We just need a way of showing that to everyone. Something that speaks to their creative minds. That doesn't solve the problem, though. Yeah, what do you mean? Even if we come up with the most fun thing ever, nobody will come in the first place if it's a literature event. So it's more important to figure out how to get people to show up in the first place, And after they come in, we can do a thing to speak to their creative minds. What's this? We're taking this really seriously. It's right up your heard, deliberating like this. That's a good point. In that case, do you think food will do the trick? What kind? Well, I guess we could. Cupcakes. Good thinking. Natsuki would love to do that. Oh, you're right. Natsuki makes the best cupcakes. That works out perfectly. That wasn't why you suggested it. Cupcakes to speak to my creative tummy. Cupcakes it is then. I'm hungry. Anyway, we still need to work out the details of the event itself. I find myself smiling. In the end, Sarah is still her usual self, but herein lies unexpected reason why I admire her. Unlike me, who has trouble finding any motivation at all, Sarah can put her mind to things and make them come to life. I suppose that's why I ended up letting her get on my case about things. I can't help but wonder what it would be like to see the world through her eyes. Open my eyes to find Sarah's face filling my vision. I only fall out of my chair. Sorry. Wait, actually I'm not sorry at all. It's your fault for sleeping like that. This isn't a napping club. Does our school have a napping club? You're staying up late again, aren't you? Now that you're in a club, you're gonna have less time for anime, You'll need to get used to it. Don't say that out loud. I'm glad so much to see Monica overheard. It's true though. Yeah, I know. You're always looking out for me, sorry. It's what I do best. That's a problem. What about you? You look out for better, you look out for your others. You're still oversleeping every day, aren't you? Not every day. That's not very convincing. How many days in this past week have you gotten up on time? It's a secret. I knew it. Come on. At least give me the benefit of the doubt. I can't even do that. Look, Sarah, it's all written all over you. Sarah glances around herself. How is it written all over me? You were clearly in a rush this morning. Look at your hair, it's sticking out all around. I rub my fingertips on the side of Yuri's hair trying to straighten it out. Man, you need a brush for this. Man, it's just really hard to get right. I won't fall for that. There's more than you just hair. Look at your bow, it isn't straight either. And there's toothpaste stain on your collar right here. I don't see that. But nobody would ever notice that. Of course they would. Nobody's gonna tell you about it if you don't want to embarrass you. Fortunately, I really don't care about that. Hey, you meanie. You don't even keep your blazer buttoned up. Seriously, Sayuri. Why do you think you don't have a boyfriend yet? Oh, damn, that's fucked. That's super mean. Sorry, but you'll thank me later. Once you see how much better looks, you'll change your mind. This is so funny. What is it? Well, I was just thinking about how weird it is to have a friend who does these kind of things. Don't say that. It'll make me feel weird about it. It's okay though. I'm happy we're like this. Aren't you? I guess. Hey, be careful. The button might come off. Why is this one so hard to close? I showed the fully close the button near her chest. Does this thing even fit you properly? It did when I bought it. Doesn't fit you anymore. What are you smiling about? It means my boobs got bigger again. Don't say that out loud. You look much better now. Why does it feel strange as soon as place a button up like that? Because it's so stuffy. It's not worth it at all. That's so much better. So if I keep unbuttoned, then I won't get a boyfriend, right? What kind of logic is that? And why are you saying that like it's a good thing? Because if I had a boyfriend, then we couldn't let you do things like this. And you would take care of me. And you take care of me better than anyone else in the world. So that's why I keep it unbuttoned. Stop saying all these embarrassing things. I didn't say anything embarrassing. Let's just focus on wake up a little earlier. Only if you focus on a little bit earlier. Fine. It's a deal. So you should come wake me up this morning. You're doing it again, Sayuri. Oh, I wasn't joking this time. Man, it's impossible to tell you sometimes. Okay, everyone. Yeah. Monica suddenly calls out. Why don't we share the poems we wrote? Yay, Goose. I can't wait to read yours. Yeah, same. I failed to sound enthusiastic, but Sayuri still trots away to retrieve her poem. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I ever did something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone is ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Sai and Monica enthusiastically put out their poems. Sayuri is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf toward spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can always see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? We'll go Yuri. I can trust her opinion to be fair. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine. Don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on, okay. This is your first time writing a poem. Yeah? Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading, though. So it's that bad? No. Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. Mary bears her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that in several minutes we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine. I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think most of the noticeable things I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both style and expression are weakened. When Suri finds her train of thought and demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone. She sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and binding them, but getting them to work together is probably the best challenging part. It might take you some time, but it comes with practice and learning by example of new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Katsuki can be a little bit biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about other people like that. Sorry. That's fine. Well, at least she gave me some decent feedback. So, that's kind of why I picked her. Also, she gave me a fucking book to begin with, so might as well. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to me, herself, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. Your smells. After all, it's supposed to be a literature club. I cannot read cursive. I wasn't thinking that at all, but it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm relieved. I'll be honest, since our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Hoo-hoo. Actually, the story is about a ghost at all goose. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did glance over it at all. Remember that poems can express their thoughts and feelings and experience in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolic compared to a ghost. Lingering in her last remaining piece of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I haven't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Well, it makes me feel happy you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll keep trying. I'm counting on you. Let's go with Monica. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like activities or things we could do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be able to be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Goose. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? That's the sort of barrier that we need to learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand my poem to Monica. I like this one. It makes me think of something Saya would like. Is that so? You and Saya are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had these sort of things in common. Well. We may be good friends, but Sarah and I are actually really different. Well, at least that may be the case. But maybe there are also similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you. It sounds like the two of you really do care about each other's well-being. Even if you show it different ways, it ends up being more similar than you think. So I think that kind of vibe when I get your poem. Could be. Oh gosh, I sound like Carrie. But in case, gentle feeling to it, I could tell that she likes exploring emotions like happiness and sadness. Who knew someone so happy would enjoy sad things too? Yeah, it's totally unexpected. Well, to each their own. And you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things too. That's the best to find a style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you and find that suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way people else want you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims not to be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? Let's see. Let's read it then. Hole in a wall. It couldn't have been me. See that erection, spackle, protons? A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No. Oh, I gotta scroll. No, I can't see. I reel blind, like a flame left out in the sun. But it's too late. It's already scorched. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It wasn't too deep, stuttering forever into nothingness. A hole of an. I realize now I was looking in, I was looking out, and he on the other side was looking in. So what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. That kind of style's gotten poetry proper nowadays. Whoa, we don't want to load. Save.